Yeah, that's pretty big for a team, and coming to the tournament like this, you don't really know too much to expect. But yeah, we stuck with our game plan, and it happened to pay off in the third period there.
You get the nerves out of you, and you you can take a step back and just calm down, and you can worry about the next team, and it's not a must-win next game. Well, I mean, every game's kind of a must-win, but you can kind of settle down knowing you're not on the brink of elimination quite yet.
I think the West is known for their physicality, and they're big guys. And I don't think it was as physical as I thought it was going to be, but there was still some big hits out there. But I thought it was a great hockey game. It was fast paced, and it felt good to be out there.
Yeah, the Erie fans have been great all year for us, playing playoffs, and for a bunch of them to come down here and support us is it's just a great feeling for us. We know that they're behind us, and we want to win it for them.
With this group right now, I think we were focused. I was really excited about how our team was going to play just with the practices leading up to this game. So whether my experience had anything to do with that, I don't know. But I personally, I know I dealt with it differently.
Keith Dotson here, reporting for you from OHL Pucks and Stripes. It's Memorial Cup time. I'm still here in Windsor, Ontario. I'm right now outside of the WFCU Center. Game 2 just ended about an hour ago. The Erie Otters won against the Seattle Thunderbirds 4-2. You heard some of the snippets in the beginning of the players and the coach talking a little bit about the game. It was a very, I wouldn't say one-sided, or it was a tight game, but definitely Erie had the upper hand. Having almost outshot them by a ratio of 2-1. We were scoreless in the first. DeBrincat opens up the scoring, making it a 1-0 Otters lead. Seattle comes back and scores, tying the game. Sandbrook, late into the second, scores to give Erie the 2-1, but just seconds later, Seattle comes back to tie it, and going to the third, tied 2-2. Early in the third, Captain Dylan Strome finds the back of the net, giving a 3-2 lead for the Otters. Seattle tries everything to come back. Unfortunately, even pulling the goalie with about a minute 30 left did not prove successful, as Erie scored an empty net goal, clinching the win, putting a mark on the win column. It was a good game for Erie. They faced a young, outstanding goaltender. He was 16 years old. It was he definitely was wanted for robbery many times. But Erie has the focus that's needed to win more games. It's going to be interesting seeing their next game against St. John. It's kind of weird is that I've heard some people and players describe it as a more physical game, and then I've heard other people who are watching the game and other players of the same game say, oh, no, it wasn't as physical as you would expected. So it's kind of a perception basement on how physical the game really was, but it still was. You still saw two excellent teams giving it their all to try to win the Memorial Cup. Erie definitely has a mentality that their work is not finished until they win the Memorial Cup. So it's nice to see two American teams facing off against each other, but Seattle, I heard from one person, looked like they took a step back. So it's going to be interesting to see how they rebound in the series. Both Windsor and Erie so far have won a game, and both Seattle and St. John's have lost. So looking forward to tomorrow's game. It's going to be interesting because now that each team has had a game in the system, it's now going to be interesting to see how each of the teams adjust and how they play moving forward. Be sure to check out our Facebook, facebook.com/OHLPucks. Follow us on Twitter @OHLPucks. And be sure to check out our website, OHLPucks.com. For more Memorial Cup coverage, stay right here I'm Keith Dotson, broadcasting to you from Windsor, Ontario, outside of the WFCU Center. Stay tuned for Game 3 coverage.